Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. Today's video we're going to make one of these ornaments. So I have two special occasions coming up. Somebody's having a baby and somebody's getting married. Whenever I go to functions like this, in addition to the gift that I give them, I like to wrap it up really nice and pretty and put a Christmas ornament made from guitar strings on there. And you know, nobody has been disappointed yet. In fact, I've actually had them come up to me months later and thank me specifically for the ornament. I don't know if they remember what the package was, but they do remember the ornament, which I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, this one right here I made with turquoise howlite heart. And these are some agate stones. And I just took some guitar strings, I cleaned them up, wired them with some brass wire, and crocheted a hemp little dangle thing to hang that with. So this one, the reason I've picked red is because I noticed on their registry they have a couple things that are red. Plus the fact, you know, they're in love and nothing like a red heart. I had this guitar string, actually it's a bass string, that had this red end bead on it, so I figured that was perfect. And then I'm just going to flank it with these two, they're kind of a greenish, grayish agate, perfect for Christmas. I've already crocheted just a chain stitch. It's about 30 that I've made, leaving several inches of a thread at the end. Set that aside. I'm going to be using 20 gauge wire, and I'm going to need some regular pliers and round nose pliers. I may use these, or I actually may use these. I'll use this for the bail part for sure. And I'm going to use my memory wire cutters. So the first thing you want to do if you're going to be using an old guitar string is you need to clean it. And I do have a video on how to do that. So check that out because they do need to be cleaned. Once they're cleaned, I usually cut off all the ends and because they're kind of squiggly and all. I make sure it's how I want it. And I just form it into this circle the size I want it, you know, like you're going to tie a knot and then you just wrap it like that. Then you need to figure out where the two ends are. Sometimes they may be here, sometimes they're over here, but it's really important you determine that because that depends on how much wire you need. Unless you wanted to go around the whole thing. I don't tend to do that. Some of them I have, but I just like to wire the top portion here. And you need to make sure both your ends are wired. So for this one, we're going to be going about from here to here, almost half of it. And I need a bail. Actually, I think I'll wait for the bail. So I'm just going to cut enough to wire this. And I don't know how much I got here. I just eyeball it. But you go in the middle, and it doesn't have to be exact, but pretty close. Because you're going to wrap this wire all the way this way, and then this way, and then back. You need to go back again. And you just wrap it very tightly as you can get it. I just kind of pull. When you get to this point, you're just going to go around several times. I don't feel it scratching, so it's time for me to go back. And I like to crisscross over where I was before. Now I ran out, so I'm going to start doing the same thing with this side. And here I'm only going to go to just to the end bead here. I'm going to wrap it around once. And then I'm going to go back around. Now, if you did not have an end bead, like this one I don't, you'll need to tuck in both ends in the same way. And then once you get to the end and you've ran out, you're going to need to tuck these 2 wires in. Okay, I have them all tucked in. I can still kind of feel them. So you need to make sure they're not going to be scratchy. Okay, that is much, much better. So once I get to this point, I want to determine where I'm going to put my bail. You could do it like this, where the wire's off to the side. You could do it where it's at the bottom or at the top. So you need to determine where you want that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it off the side here. She's a little on the quirky side, kind of like I am. So I think she will find it more interesting that way. So the bail's going to be more here, and the bottom will be here. So it'll kind of look like this. So I cut about this much, and this is all eyeballing it, but this is to thread it on there, and then I cut another piece for the bail. So I've got this on, and I did the bail, and those pieces of wire were about 8 inches each. I just took, wired it, threaded the beads, wired it, and then the other 8-inch piece, I just wrapped it a couple of times and twisted it and then made a bail. So now what I need to do is put this little guy on. And the way I like to do that is just make an overhand knot. And make sure it is up close to all that. And just kind of pull each of the legs here to make sure it's tight. And then I'm going to separate it out. And then tie it on here. Like that. Then I don't like that it's separated like that, so I'm going to do another overhand knot. And slide that as close to the wire as possible. Again, pulling all these little strings. And then I just separate those fibers out. You just twist them. And I like to take something like this bead reamer and just try to get in between all those little fibers. Okay, there we go. And just pull it down. And once you get all the fibers pretty much separated, they don't have to be 100% separated, because every time you separate them out, they get thinner and thinner, which means they're going to get a little bit more fragile. But let's see, I think I'm going to do this one more because it's kind of thick. All right, and then I'd like to trim them. And just keep messing with these until they're all frayed out. But there you go. That's how I make my ornaments. And I do have several ornaments on my Etsy shop if you're just interested in purchasing one. I've got, right now, I think I got a pink and a green heart and a cross in there. But those may be gone here in a little bit, and I may add some more. And if you go over there and they're gone and you want one, just let me know. I can always make some more. But anyway, these are really fun to make. They make a great little addition on a package, or just a little housewarming gift or whatever. I actually have one of these hanging on one of my picture frames that you might notice whenever I do a video. anyway, I'll let y'all go for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe for some more fun activities with jewelry making. Mostly though, I hope y'all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.